We can't be absolutely sure how far this will spread because the majority of young and middle-aged people who catch it will be almost totally asymptomatic. So there are dangers of spreading it. Yes, the danger is in the crowd. But I must emphasize, at the moment, there are relatively small numbers. And compared to other health emergencies, you know, I think China's done a fantastic job of limiting it. It is obviously up to other countries to intercede. And I understand why, you know, Dr. Ghebreyesus, the leader of the World Health Organization, would be particularly worried about less developed countries, because where they don't have the ability to test, they don't have many medical facilities, and the population are more immunosuppressed, they're at higher risk, and probably that's the reason that there were massive pandemics. For example, the world influenza outbreak in 1918 killed between 50 and 100 million people. But that, of course, came on the heels.
It killed more people than the war.
It did, but of course it came on the heels of the war, which meant that soldiers were moving all over the world. Soldiers and the general population were malnourished and therefore immunosuppressed. And for that reason, it was a consequence not just of the pathogen itself, but the complex way in which that interacts with society. And when society is poor and depressed, and there's a world crisis now, and they may say that the economic crisis was over. In fact, they're saying it's being reignited and saying that this virus is the outbreak. If one virus is enough to precipitate world economic crisis, it tells you something about the precarious state of the economy. So it's a slightly more complex phenomenon than that. But of course, these things can spread rapidly around the world.